Emmanuel Wilson a chief crusader anti-corruption Ghana. Mr. Wilson Elba Humano so yede de betwetwe nkomo e dia father office of the special prosecutor the head Mr. Kisia Jabin press conference emra woye no Mr. Ima good morning mejidi ese ohoye pa na ka kire ye per dia OSP emra press conference oye do you share OSP in sentiment any frustration na okom
me da say na menka say OSP in some of Beka and Drano a largely an issue of say or caught to the public sympathy. Now the issues are for corruption ever into the court of public opinion, trying to get the people to side with him against the judiciary. In fact, so means na follow what he has failed to realize is that who fight corruption and yet court of public opinion and yet they fight corruption. You fight corruption our court of competent jurisdiction. And when you say, oh, they will near my court, not near my court, there's no way I'll be to me a winning case, our court. Because court, and yet emotions, and yet the winning case. Court, and yet sympathy, and yet the winning case. Court, and yet embra, and yet the winning case. So far, OSP, Ushen in Niye, and in Niema, or ye, especially, Efa embra, a very suggestive say, Niema P. Etosin, especially in line with procedural law. Niema P. Etosin. Adia and Crawford P. in NSA. One of the strongest mazin, Efra law, NSA said, justice must not only be done, but it must also be seen to be done. In other words, the process involved is equally important as the end result, a judgment. Nina is very, very important. It is a local court. Now, while we are investigative body, when to me, I need adequate investigation. Now, they have big evidence, a court, clearly, may expect it a court, ever cut a no, the amount. Mamma, a typical example.
Right.
Endra, Ichi, Anna, in Crawfordia Nubi, a day OSP Echo Court, based on a reporter OSP published somewhere last year. That report, who read the report now? OSP, it breaches so many legal things. First off, when one kasa ekaye Endra, on a presentation or an engagement or with the public, on one make reference to a provision when a court may act name. There's a provision in the OSP's Act, a mandatory OSP, to publish acts of corruption. Telling you, publish acts of corruption. First off, any act of corruption must be determined by a court of competent jurisdiction, not the office of the OSP. And if it's an OSP decided to publish any act of corruption, it means firstly, that act must be established by court, say an act of corruption. So report OSP publish an act of corruption, and the investigation pen away on fire assembling court, Emma court in Bua say any act of corruption and any act of corruption. And so Mika and other publish here. Such a thing, so parties involved at the court, one can sample with Mumbraso. But the other one is on one making reference to Embrano Endra, which means only Embrano. But it looks like understanding on Uncle because there's a difference between act of corruption and a purported act of corruption. And when Empu say, you don't outright say, or you're criminal, or you're suspected criminal. They are two different things. Police, actual. We could be on cat or your medra, and your court may determine all your medra and your medra. The police back and say, oh, you're suspected medra, and now you're suspect. If it's a police ever out now the cat or your medra, without the court pronouncing you as a medra, you can sue the court, the police. And that is exactly what happened 2 days ago. It is a special prosecutor. Why we need this basic sense. So who form this basic sense? Now you do court. Now court no able head against you. Now the following day, Obama the catcher and say we should sympathize with you because court no frustrate you. It is quite difficult for anyone who understands the law to sympathize with you. And it's very, very, very unfortunate. But it just looks like near special prosecutor area. Quite strongly say he's just hiding behind his weaknesses and then tapping on the emotions of the Ghanaian populace, knowing very well the majority of Ghanaians they will not understand the processes involved. And until say Oba Arts no Oba Bisun, knowing say already Ghanaians are fed up with the judiciary. Majority of Ghanaians any with judiciary. It is a Oba Arts now means they can't be ever judiciary no one. Ghanaians will rather sympathize with me. They will forget about my weaknesses. Then they will rather put their anger on the judiciary. That is exactly what the
Mr. Wilson, thank you very much for this submission. But may I share gibi per dia okay who read the OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, as section 38 or see freezing of properties. Me pacho with the dodgers, ma'am, come me read the adjective to be na me fashion wasam na wakanum. Na me say if it can take a swipe or say section 1 no clause 1 say where the special prosecutor considers that freezing of property is necessary to facilitate an investigation or prosecution, the special prosecutor shall in writing direct in freezing of the property of a person or entity being investigated, or B specify property held by a person or entity other than the person or entity being investigated or prosecuted. And the 2 was say the special prosecutor shall within 14 days after the freezing of the property apply to court for confirmation of the freezing. So in this case nature say me kind asia me pocket law no say me street law no me asia e say the office of the special prosecutor e person of freezing obi and the property bia one entity and say individual or who kwan say okọ na okoye staff freezing na abra wa tro e dia ma nipa no na wawie no ese so okọ court na within 14 days no confirm court and say sa osmasi ana entity we say mako akwaje mako freezing na bia the property. Now yamfa yamame sisi abran apade no efanya example. The office of the special prosecutor based on this provision went ahead to freeze my many property, you understand? Then ansana within the 14 days now option to write to the court ama court a confirm court say was my freezing account then court sa catch and say one go through the legal process per the constitution per onu akasa no the act govern the office of the special prosecutor. I think that based on this the office of the special prosecutor was right to go ahead to freeze the account before he can confirm to the court to say my feeding account rather than the court directing him say he should have informed the court say me person me ko freeze obi account and sana what me freeze and no man this sikana sa koma my me no a fe ochodo koma court to say a fe court to man 2 million sanko enquire sad. So if you watch this yesterday you was saying it based on this provision I can say that office of the special prosecutor indeed is being frustrated. What's your take on this?
Mami Brain. Adia already any special prosecutor's case as far as Cecilia Dapa is concerned, it is not exactly how you have explained it.
Okay.
Special prosecutor of fulfilling the first part of how do you call it? Provisional reading. Or with 2 minutes of a kwaku free near man or free. The Ophelia the within 14 days to get to court. I get it.
Oh, I see.
In the Nasua, Cecilia Dapa lawyers at the court, the second part, which is the special prosecutor failing to notify the court within 14 days.
Okay. Matthias, yeah.
And that was the reason in Tia court no against how do you call it OSP. It is over Kaya that case no and bra omuko court court no catch OSP say on releasing your man no masisiri adapano o releasing man no pe anche anosan coach okoje ni mani bi. If OSP was directed to do the right thing. So what OSP did was, okay, me am a phone, me am in bra, which is first portion of the amount from make a year arrest, and a season. But second portion, which is the 14 days, I failed to notify the court. Now the court says I had the amount wrong. Into me find the money money pakunibi. Into me the money ma ono. But me the more what he did, me say quickly he went to freeze the things again, and this time notify the court. That is exactly what happened. Even with this as an example, the first one on one special prosecutor, Ubu named Brasso, that is failing to notify the court within 14 days. Our court, a director say we failing to find Yaman. Can you tell me, say the court is frustrating the OSP?
Oh, okay. Mr. Wilson, yes, understood. Pa, say, understood. I'll come back to you. You just hold on. We have